This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off where we received and processed their notice between July 11th and July 17th. If you're new to me, before I ask you to like this channel, like the video, share the video, comment, let me know if this information is helpful. If you want to see more of it, let me tell you a little bit about me and my story. So it was many years ago. I was in the process of purchasing a piece of property. I was super excited. I was getting ready to get the asset. The seller was excited. They were getting ready to get the proceeds from the sale of their property. I had signed loan documents. And if you know, when you sign loan documents, your loan, is going to be set to fund any moment now, right? You're already approved. Everything for the most part is ready to go. All my contingencies were removed and I had signed my loan documents. I go back to work hours later and I find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. No warning, no nothing. You can only imagine how I was feeling, what was going on inside. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have a job. You can't fund this loan. Wait, stop. Yes, that was your girl. So I get on the phone. I call my mortgage broker at the time. I call my real estate broker at the time and say, look, you can't fund this loan. I don't have a job. I fax them over the paperwork. Yes, I said fax. We hardly use fax anymore, right? We email almost everything now. But anyways, I told you it was many years ago. So I did that, and thankfully thankfully I was able, let me slow down, to unravel the transaction, right? I was able to get out of it. My loan didn't fund. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But I didn't get my money back. So my deposit, I didn't get back. The money that I paid for my appraisal and my home inspection, I don't get that back. And so the reason why I share this information is twofold. One, what would you do differently if you thought there was a possibility that you might get laid off? Let's think about that. What would you do differently? Would you not go on this lavish vacation, not go on this big shopping spree, not buy this new car, this new house, unless it's absolutely necessary? What would you do differently? Would you dust off your resume and start putting fillers out there, update it, send it out to see if any companies will find your services of interest? Would you start that new book or a new a business that you've always had in the back of your mind and you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do this? Would you just plunge forward and start that new business? So what would you do differently if you thought there was a possibility that you might get laid off? And then the second reason I share this information is I want you to know that you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. There really are programs out there available for you, but they're not automatic. So this is a good time that I get to tell you, for all your mortgage and real estate needs, I want you to visit me at modifymenow.com, or better yet, the best way to get a hold of me is to pick up that phone, dial right now, 714-914-7254. Look, I've absolutely been helping clients for years. I've been in this business 18 years. So I've been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make a mortgage payment each month. It's real simple. I'm all things mortgage and real estate related. I told you I got about 18 years in this field. And I help people finance property. I help people refinance property. I help people sell property, help people buy property. But then when life deals them lemons, i.e. they have a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, doesn't matter why you got a decrease in income, I help you make lemonade. So I help you avoid foreclosure. I help you lower your mortgage. I help you not be foreclosed on. And I absolutely love what I do. Why? Because it changes lives. So here we go. Each week, I drop a new video at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is the most current information of California companies that will be laying off workforce, where we received and processed their notice between a specific time frame. This video is all about those companies where we received and processed their notice between July 11th and July 17th. Now, let me preface this because a lot of times I get questions or I state a company that is laying off and, people say, oh, no, that company's not laying off. Or I asked my employer, they're not laying off. Let me tell you something. Okay, so these companies on the list, number one, they are laying off. They could be layoffs that are permanent, right? So they're permanent layoffs. They can be companies that are actually closing. So those are closure permanent layoffs. They also can be like temporary layoffs. Maybe it's a season, maybe like a school district, or sometimes businesses around certain times of the year, they close down. I know dryers tends to do that. I believe they're located in Bakersfield, if I'm not mistaken. They tend to close down for a couple of weeks around the holiday, around Christmas. And then there are going to be companies on here, if they are changing maybe perhaps management or ownership, right? So they're actually, the current manager is laying off the workforce. They're no longer going to be in charge of them, paying them, whatever. So they're laying them off, but the actual employees may not be losing their job because another management is taking over. Okay, so they may be on this list. I don't always am privy to let you know the difference, but the ones that I can let you know a difference, I will. Okay, but usually when it's a change of management and ownership, they really don't differentiate between that. So I'm sorry, but they're on the list, and I just want to make sure I share the information. So let's get started. And look, stick around because after I finish this list, I'm going to show you what I was able to do for one of my clients who had a loss of income. Remember, I could show you better than I could tell you. So let's get started. I'm going to give you these companies in alphabetical order. So it's not going to be in date order. It's going to be alphabetical order by name of the company. I'm going to give you the date that they're laying off, the name of the company, how many they're laying off, and the location. I'm going to let you know if it's a permanent layoff, if it's a closure that's taking place. So let's get started. So September 13th, City National Bank, they're laying off permanently 6 people at 350 South Grand Avenue in Los Angeles. Okay. We have City National Bank is laying off on September 13th. Permanent layoff of 2 people at 555 Flower Street in Los Angeles. Hold on one second, because my system here is like wanting to play tricks on me, and it's not good. It's not funny. Okay, here we go. September 16th, Exabeam Inc. is permanently laying off 43 people at 1051 East Hillsdale Boulevard, 4th floor in Foster City. We have September 13th, Rodon and Fields is permanently laying off 78 people at 3001 Bishop Drive, Suite 450 in San Ramon. September 9th, Shanghai Corporation permanently laying off 56 people at 1000 Castle Oaks Drive in Ion. October 1st, Southwire Company is closing permanently. They're laying off 95 people at 9199 Cleveland Avenue, Suite 100 in Rancho Cucamonga. September 9th, TRM Gamma Aerospace Acquisition is closing permanently. They're laying off 24 people at 1461 South Balboa Avenue in Ontario. September 10th, Too Simple Inc. is laying off permanently 1 person at 9191 Town Center Drive in San Diego. September 9th, UKG Inc. They're permanently laying off 195 people at 5 Hutton Center Drive, number 1100 in Santa Ana. September 9th, UKG Inc. is permanently laying off 12 people at 55 2nd Street, Suite 2300 in San Francisco. September 14th, U.S. Foods Inc. is permanently laying off 97 people at 1201 Park Center Drive in Vista. And last but not least, August 31st, Warner Brothers Discovery Inc. is permanently laying off 270 people at 100 South California Street in Burbank. So that's this week's list of California companies that will be laying off workforce, where we received and processed their notice between July 11th and July 17th. Now, remember, I told you the reason why I share this information is twofold. What would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? You may didn't hear your company on this week's list. If you want to check the other weeks out, I suggest that you do so. Kind of make sure that your company is not on that list as well. And then let me share with you what I was able to do for one of my clients. Let me share with you, because there's options available. You don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job, but the help is not automatic. So you got to raise your hand. How do you raise your hand? You pick up the phone, you dial 714-914-7254. Okay. So here is a client. They were behind on their mortgage. They had experienced a loss of income. I remember this client oh so well. And their mortgage payment, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, was $3,319.18. And they had a fixed rate of 6.5%. I came in, look at this, look at your girl, look at this very closely. I highlighted, don't miss it, don't blink. I modified their mortgage. I got their mortgage payment down to $2,299.85. That included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And their interest rate went from 6.5% to 4.5% fixed. Did you hear what I said? So I saved them $1,019.33 a month. Every single month they were saying, okay, like, so what would you do with $1,000 more in your pocket? Okay, that's over $12,000 in savings every year. That's what your girl did. So that's why you need to call me for all your mortgage and real estate needs, right? But if you're experiencing a loss of income, whether it's due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, I highly not suggest, I'm telling you, pick up the phone, just dial 714-914-7254. You certainly can visit my website at modifymenow.com, but the best way to get a hold of me is just to dial that phone, dial that number, pick up that phone, call your girl so I can help you out, okay? So with that said, I just want you to know, don't just sit around and do nothing. Don't sit around and do nothing. There are options available for you. Again, they're not automatic. Time is not on your side. You don't want to waste time because you don't want to continue to have your credit impaired and continue to fall behind. Just pick up the phone. I'm here to help you. So I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. For all your mortgage and real estate needs, I want you to visit me at modifymenow.com, or better yet, pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.